Have I got your attention now? Nice. They have finally arrived, the Oversleeve Yuzaki draw. I am now once again doing a giveaway to celebrate my 100 subs. Now I'm over 100, but doesn't matter. If you want to know how to win and keep watching, and I will explain in the video. Otherwise, enjoy the video. Thank you.
Why did you choose this deck?
Yeah, so this is my Alphamon deck that I played today. I wanted to just let the Alphamon deck re-emerge after I quit playing it with the banned list for BT10. I chose this deck because, well, Alphamon is one of my most favorite Digimon, and I like its playing style with the Digivolution sources management and other stuff, and putting control over the enemy board on the field.
What are the goals of your deck?
The goal for me is pretty much assemble your tamers on board, so that when you raise your champion level Dorugamon, that you gain massive advantage through the tamers Yuji and Coolboy to just maybe even wipe out the whole security in one go with the restand ability of Oryumon and the sheer attack force of Alphamon Ryuken.
Which cards have you chosen for your deck and why?
I tried many things to mitigate any weaknesses the deck might have, so that's why I integrated, for example, the other champion level, the Ginryumon, which gives as an inherent skill blocker to any X-Antibody Digimon, and even Final Zubagon Punch to make Alphamon or Ryuken's security hits even more deadly. And it also gives blocker and reboot if the Digimon is over 16k.
What synergies exist between the cards in your deck?
I chose specifically cards that would interact well with each other. So like the Cool Boys and the Yujis, for example. When I move out my champion level, the Dorugamon, I gain 1 memory. If I digivolve into Dex Dorugamon, I gain 1 additional memory. I even gain card advantage this way, which lets me continue my turn, and it happens most of the time that when I raise up, after my opponent choked me to 1, I can still evolve up into Alphamon or Ryuken. Single X antibody option is also one of the tricks in there. So I evolve just into an ultimate level or into a mega level when the memory allows it, and I can just digivolve into the Ryuken with the when attacking effect from X antibody.
What role do specific cards play in your deck?
Some of the cards are only there because of the current meta. Like the BT6 Alphamon is in there because most of the decks have the ability to swarm the field and poke with little Digimon. So when this Alphamon is hit in the security, after the battle I can add it to my hand, and when I have a Royal Knight or an X-Antibody Digimon on the field, I can choose up to 12 Digimon from my opponent that can't attack any players for the rest of the turn. So combined with the security effect from Breath of the Gods or even Congo, I can buy myself some turns. Those turns I can invest into more setup or even go on the offensive myself. Then the Hisyaryumon, the other level 5, its ability is when cards are added into its Digivolution source, I can digivolve into a Digimon with X antibody in its traits, and when I digivolve with this effect, the Digivolution cost is lowered by 1. So when my opponent chokes me onto 2 or maybe even 1, I can digivolve for 2 into Alphamon or for 3 into Oryumon, and when I have the BT7 in its sources, I can gain 1 memory back, making the Alphamon Digivolution basically a 1 cost and the Oryumon Digivolution a 2 cost, which lets me continue my turn even when my opponent tried to choke me.
What strengths does your deck possess and how can you leverage them?
The strength of this deck is basically the explosiveness which you generate through the tamers. Most of the time your opponent doesn't even know what hit him or her. Specifically the Security Dorumon is one of my favorite cards now. It happens, sadly in this game, not really, in the games today not really, but it happens happens more or less that my opponent hits the Dorumon, and to me it's completely irrelevant what Dorumon shows on the top of my deck, because either way I get it to my hand, or I get a searcher to get an additional card to my hand and a free body. So this card is a complete win-win in the deck. So it's less bricky than before, in my opinion.
What weaknesses does your deck have and how can you mitigate them?
Sadly, one of the weaknesses of this deck is that it's still a single stack deck. So when your opponent manages to kill your stack and you don't have prepared anything in raising, you're kind of screwed. That's why I mostly wait to get cards like Congo to my hand, or the one-off DoruGreymon to have protection against DP reduction, deletion, or even bounce to security. Against some decks like Oversleeves, the Breath of the Gods even helps against bouncing to hand or to deck. Those are the major weaknesses. And yeah, DeathXmon is also one, because of the tamers I most likely have up to 7 cards on board, which makes the DeathXmon free of charge to play.
How could you evolve or adapt your deck to account for changing meter and conditions?
Possible changes to make might be adding one of the new Black Spirits, Mercurymon, as a finisher, and its effect is not that bad too. I like it even more than Grumblemon. But it's hard to fit in any additional cards, because I think I optimized it as much as I could. But you guys are welcome to leave suggestions for me.
What would you change in future sets?
Yeah, in future sets, well, of course, I would add the whole new Digivolution line that comes out on BT13 versus Royal Knights, because the new Alphamon just says on play and when digivolving that all of the opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 10 or higher are not able to attack. And with the new DoruGreymon, the Dex DoruGreymon gets playable again, so I might bump up the Cool Boy to 4 again to even create more explosive turns. And because Cool Boy is a searcher for every card in the deck, it's even more consistent. I don't know how I would change the rookies. Maybe the security Dorumon might have to bite the dust then. Yeah, I plan on removing the Ginryumon and the Hisyaryumon for the new DoruGreymon and the new Dorugamon. And I also kick out the Greatmon, because the new Dorugamon and the new DoruGreymon and the Dex DoruGreymon from BT9 are more than enough to create consistency. And I will most likely play 3 to 4 of the BT13 Alphamon and maybe one of the BT9 Alphamon. And I will keep the 3 Alphamon Ryuken with 3 Oyumon. So yeah, that's my deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And maybe we'll see another game with my Alphamon deck, and in the future too.
So to enter this giveaway, please leave a comment under this video and answering the following question: what deck or cards for BT13 you are most hyped for? I will pick one winner at random at the end of the competition, which should be on the 2nd of July. You may answer the question to enter the competition multiple times by answering it once for each deck profile video. So I will only count your entries for the deck profile videos. Good luck and have fun with the competition to win one of those